Hello there, my crafty friends. It's Ashley Pfeiffer, the maker behind StampedAF. I have a fun fold to share with you, and I've got 2 samples already made, and I have most of the heavy lifting on today's video already done. So this was the first one I made, and it was actually a case from Leanne Greff in the US. She shared this fun fold, and I love, love, love how it turned out, except that the square doesn't really match this part. So love it as I do. This is with the Peaceful Deer bundle. Isn't it awesome? You could put an extra piece of white on the back to write your message, but I changed it up. So I did one with the Angels of Peace. I was actually designing for the Angels of Peace festivity delivered, and this didn't make it because, oh my goodness, can you imagine how many packages of that gold and the rose gold and gold specialty paper that would have taken? But isn't it beautiful? You've got the shine and shimmer from this paper. You've got the shimmer from the In Color Gems. She's a little bit bright, but I changed it up. Okay, so we've got a diamond here, and then I used a circle in the middle. But do you notice how on the first one, it comes to a blunt end? Mine come to a point. But, I mean, I had to start somewhere, right? So let's open this up. I'm using the Expressions in Ink DSP. So much gold. Isn't this such a blingy card? So sometimes angels are just good people with kind hearts. You're an angel. So as beautiful as this is, I am going to show you something else. So I am using 2 stamp sets from the holiday catalog, the mini catalog, but I wanted to do this. Now, this has been a sleeper. It comes with a gorgeous little border punch. I love this. Love, love, love the bird. That is why I got it. And I signed up for a masterclass specifically featuring this little bird. Jay from Mitosu Crafts in the UK shared a masterclass where he colored a bird, and this is my take on it. My practice bird did not turn out because I got cocky and screwed up. So I did a different bird. This nest is from the Birds and Branches bundle. I've used this like once. I think it was mostly for the eggs, and now this nest. It's fabulous. I love this. Love the circle, love the border die. Barely used it. This is in the annual catalog. So if you are recreating this, you're going to need the nest, but you could also probably just do your own. And I did go in with my soft suede Stampin' blend, and I added some more definition because it was a little bit too subtle. Okay, so this is the first bird that I did. I want to show you my second bird. Now, I had to cut the legs off. Don't tell anyone. I also had to cut the wing because it would be impossible to fussy cut these little legs. I'm like, oh, why didn't I stamp this on like a card mat and go from there? But no. So I cut off this little guy's legs. I know, bird abuse, right? I could not be happier with how this turned out. So if you want to learn to color specifically a bird, I recommend Jay from Mitosu Crafts, Jay Soriano. So I'm going to keep that little bird there because I just like it. So I'm going to show you this fold. I've got a crumb cake card base. I've got a piece of basic white in there. There's a little spot there, but maybe we'll cover that up. So this is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. And then I am using some of the Harvest Meadow DSP. I've got, that is this piece, and it is 5 1/4 by 12. And you can see why I used these 2 colors, right? And then I've got from the Hippo and Friends dies, I've got the medium and the large die, whatever the shape is. I don't know what the heck you call this. So that is going to be this part. Okay, so I went ahead and I did all my scoring, but I need to do a bit of cutting, and I mean, I need to teach you how to make this, right? Because you can use this with anything you have. Basically, what you need is a 5 1/4 by 12 inch piece of DSP, or 6 by 12. You need a focal point, and you need some shapes, and maybe a little bit of ribbon. That's it. This is so easy. Look at your stash, see what you have. on that note, I am going to do things a little bit differently coming up with this new catalog. I am going to go slow on the buying and focus more on what we can do with what we have. I know that sounds stupid for someone who's trying to make this a business, right? But I have so many stamp sets and bundles that I haven't used, like haven't even scratched the surface of what I can do with them. So instead of buying everything, having to have everything, I'm going to spend more time creating with what I have. That doesn't mean I'm not going to get new products from the new catalog, but I'm going to be a little more strategic in what I buy. Okay, so 5 1/4 by 12. We're scoring this at 2, 4, 8, and 10. And then you're going to turn it. So 2, 4, 8, 10. Then you're going to turn it at the 2 3/4 inch mark. You are going to put down your, whatever this is, and just draw a little pencil line on either end. I know you can't see both ends. And now what we are going to do, can you see my little pencil mark? I am going to line up that 2 3/4 inch mark with my first 2-inch score line. Now this one would actually be the 10-inch score line, and I am going to cut from corner to corner. And I'm not going to throw this away. It's actually upside down, but c'est la vie. Okay, so same thing on this side, and move it how you need it. So here's my 2-inch score. There's my 2 3/4 inch mark. So cut from mark to corner. And now what we're going to do is a mountain fold, a valley fold, a valley fold, a mountain fold. And if you'd like to burnish that with your bone folder, feel free. I'm just going to run across the edge with my nail. So now what we need to do is we need to put our pieces on, and we can only adhere this on one side, because if we adhere it on both, we're going to close our card. Now, this is the way that I think it's supposed to be used, but I like to turn it on its side because I feel like fewer people use it that way. This is only DSP, so if you want to put, I have another piece that is basic white. I'm going to put that on the back because I don't want this to be what people see when they open it. So I had previously die cut one out of basic white, so I will put that on the back. Okay, so now we're going to turn it on its side. Decide where you want that little ring. It's probably not going to be visible. I'm going to put it at the top because maybe it will be seen that way. So I can only put glue on half of this. Like I said, if I put it on the whole thing, the card never opens. So I can go to the left of that line. So flip it over. Err on the side of less is more. Don't go too far over. Line it up, put it down, and then open it. Make sure you don't have any glue where you shouldn't. Okay, and now we can put our other one and we can decide, do we want it that way? Do we want it that way? I think I like it with the flat on top. Now this one, we can glue the whole thing. I hope these shapes never retire. I will miss them dearly. Okay, and then we can pop our little bird on there. I am not adding any dimensionals. I've been on a dimensionalless kick lately. I want to be able to see a little bit at the bottom. Okay. And then I have that little piece of the very vanilla twine that we can put anywhere. If you notice on the first one that I did, it's just over on the side of that little square. On my angel, it's right underneath. I just feel like it's a little something. Maybe we'll put it right there. This is basically a quadruple bow. I had a long length of very vanilla twine left, and I cut it once, and then twice. I don't like a little bits and pieces hanging around. So there we go. 3 3/4. Now, this little guillotine trimmer is no longer available, but I love it because it's so small. I don't love that it only goes to 4 1/4 inches. So what I do is I take it off the side that I can measure, and then I basically eyeball the rest. I usually don't hold the piece right up to it, but I love the crisp, clean cut that I get. I never have to worry about the blade not being sharp enough. I love it. Okay, now you could stamp a sentiment in here. I am going to. I was thinking of you. There are lovely sentiments in here, but they're all Christmassy. And I thought, I mean, this one is lovely. Wishing your family health and happiness throughout the coming year. But I wanted this to be more of a generic, like, thinking of you card instead of, I don't know. Now, because we are putting a card base on this, we could put that in there. Maybe that's what we should do. What shall we do? On this one, I let the DSP still do the talking, and I put a little sentiment in there. With this one, because we don't have anything on the back, I put the sentiment in there. So, what shall we do? I mean, we could stamp another bird and just not color it. I think I'm going to stamp just an outline of a bird. Wrong one. Do kind of wish the bird went both ways, but I think that'll be okay. You can see I haven't put my sticker on. And actually, that being said, I'm going to show you a way that I recently discovered. It was another demonstrator in the US. So she took the sticker off. Now I'm going to be lazy and use my D block. Okay, so put your block on that sticker. Take your pick tool. Using your take your pick tool. Take your pick. Going to remove the release paper that doesn't want to release. We're going to put that down. And I have found by doing this, I have not yet had a stamp that didn't go on properly. I find like when I try doing it where I'm putting this on the sticker, 9 times out of 10 I screw it up. But this way you can see exactly where the sticker ends. And I don't know. Give it a try and see what you think. I have yet to fail at this. Look at that. Perfection. Now, I think I'm going to use crumb cake and keep it fairly subtle. Oh, there's a little sparkle in there. Can you see that? Do I want it? No, let's have this guy with legs. I want his tail feather to come off, though. One that I was just using today for a sympathy card was this one. Praying for blankets of healing around you and yours. I am here for you. There was something else. Sending you this paper hug. They were just the best way to get through things is together. What shall we use? I think I'll use the best way to get through this is together. See, this is one that I put on the old-fashioned way. Look how much overhang there is there. So when I have something like that, I need to know that I need to keep that part straight. But yeah, see, I need to overcompensate. I don't know if you can see that, but I can. Okay, I overcompensated a little too much. I overcompensated. Okay. Meh. So let's assemble this. And if you create this project, this fun fold, not necessarily exactly the way I did, but the fun fold itself, I would love to see it. You can share it on Instagram and tag me at StampedAF. You can email it to me. You can send it Facebook Messenger. You can share it in my group. There's so many different ways to share. I would love to see it. A little bit of a mark over here. I don't know what it is. Oh well. Okay, so that's just a little bit of visual interest on the inside. It's funny, I didn't think there was when I decided I wanted my crumb cake to be the main focus, but it turns out that it's mostly the trees, right? Now, remember I said make sure your directional paper is facing the right way? It is actually facing the right way. It's just these pieces that look funny. Okay, so let's adhere this. I don't usually use liquid glue on a thinner DSP, but I want this to stay forever. Okay, so you're going to pinch those together. Take that stamp out of there. And then you want to, I find good luck with this, get yourself the 3 even margins, like 1, 2, 3. Get your margins even on 3 sides and then push down. And because it's liquid glue, you have some wiggle room. I almost said because it's wiggle glue, you have some liquid room. Okay, and then if you didn't want this to pop open, you could put like a Velcro dot or something. Okay, so now let's use this big sentiment. Thinking of you. And what I love about putting the sentiment and the actual card base on there is that the message kind of stays private this way. It's not as soon as you open it. And people might not even know there's an extra panel. See, look, another one where I'm way off on my sticker. I almost want to go purposely crooked on that one, but not bad. I've got a weird little circle. Oh, you see what happened? Remember I had that little bit of a sprinkle on there? A sequin, whatever it is. It got right in the way of the end. So if you have that happen, you can take your Stampin' Right marker and just go over it. Now, because this is fairly subtle, I'm actually using my Sahara Sand because it's a little bit lighter than crumb cake. It's also a little bit more blue, but this card has been like a comedy of errors, hasn't it? It's because I did all the prep ahead of time. The world is like, thought you were ready, huh? We'll show you. Okay, so again, the 3 sides. So I want to make sure I've got an even margin on those 3 sides, and then basically just let it fall. Works 99.9% of the time, which is saying a lot considering how much has gone wrong in this. But I hope that you love this. There is a lot of Calypso coral on the front, which is not exactly what I thought I would get, but let me know in the comments below which one is your favorite. Now, they're all very different. We've got an animal, an angel, and another animal. Very different styles, but let me know which one is your favorite. I don't know if I could choose. I think it might be the original deer because of the colors and everything, but I do like how these come to a point. Okay, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't hit that subscribe button below, please consider doing so. You'll catch a new video each and every week. If you would like to purchase any of the products used in the making of this project and you live in Canada, I would love to be your demonstrator. You can find links to the supplies used below, and we will see you soon, my crafty friends. Bye.